Hello everybody and welcome to Clerk TV. I'm Jeff Johnson. Today we have the privilege of talking to David Wall, the clerk up in Habersham County. How are you, sir?
Doing fine.
It is a pleasure to meet you. And you know, I'm just going to go ahead and get it out of the way. We've been talking about it a little bit. You guys are having the fire thing going on right now, and I know this might date this a little bit, but we're going to talk about it anyway. Is everybody okay up there?
I think everybody's doing well, other than respiratory problems and things you expect from all the smoke and that sort of thing. But surviving quite well.
Well, I'll tell you what. Tell our viewers a little bit about Habersham County and where it is, the people, just so they can get a kind of an idea of where it's located.
Okay. Habersham is in the northeast Georgia area, foothills, the Appalachians. We're just north of Gainesville and just south of Rabun County, Clayton, Georgia. And the people, it's predominantly a rural area.
Yes.
We have a population, according to DCA, about 43,900. Predominantly rural area, as I say, a lot of agriculture in that area. A lot of poultry industry.
That poultry thing, I'm loving that area right up there. Y'all keep me fed.
Right, we're just north of Gainesville, poultry capital.
Yes, sir.
And also a lot of beef production, that sort of thing as well. So,
well, so now we got an idea about the county. How long have you been clerk up there?
Since 2005. I took office January the 1st, 2005, after the election in '04. So I'm finishing up my third term.
Why did you decide to become the clerk? What was the impetus? What was the thing that got you going?
Well, it was another area of interest that I've had but I've been in public service through the private sector as well as public sector most all my life. I went to work in funeral service when I was about 15 years old in high school, and stayed in that for many years, and became the county coroner in Habersham County in 1992, taking office January the 1st, 93, after spending about 12 years there, and I had developed the desire to run for clerk of Superior Court and serve in that capacity. Clerk of Superior Court, I, as well as a lot of other people, view that office as a kind of the hub of a county. A lot of things come together there through the court system as well as real estate area where we house and record and house the deeds, plats, liens.
I mean, it really is here's what I hear a lot. I hear the word history come up a lot.
Right.
You are the history. You're the heartbeat of that. Is that a daunting task to you, or is that just something that you feel is an honor to serve like that?
Well, it is an honor to serve in that area. You know, through the clerk's office, at some point in a person's life, there is many things that happen there that affects the lives of everyone in your county, but not only in that county, the surrounding areas. Everyone who owns property, buying and selling their property, you know, many of the good and bad things that happen through the court system.
True. Yeah.
You know, a lot of times the things that affect people that they identify most with, I guess, is jury duty. They think of jury duty.
Right.
But there is so much more encompassed in that office as well as that. You know, but some of the happy things in the court system, such as families adopting a child, you know, things of that nature that a lot of times people don't think that much about it unless it affects them or they have experienced it. But those are some of the great things that come through the court system. That it's quite a joy.
Yeah. How
Quite
large of
joy.
a staff do you have?
We have 13 employees.
Mm-hmm.
There's myself and chief deputy, and then 12 additional employees in that office.
Here's my next question.
Okay.
How invaluable is your staff to what you do?
Oh,
I love to ask all the clerks this question because they go, I can't do all this by myself.
that's right. That's right. You couldn't function
Yeah,
without.
I don't see how you could
They
without
are-
good people.
They're very valuable. We have a wonderful staff. I've been very fortunate to be able to have a staff that is knowledgeable and has a lot of experience in what they do. Couldn't function without them. They're a great support to have in that office, not only to me but our constituents
Sure.
as well, because they're always eager to help in areas where they can. One of the difficulties, I guess, that the staff as well as myself deal with is people sometimes that come in we all have a desire to help as much as possible in every way that we can, but those that come in that needs help that we're restrained from being able to help, sometimes that's one of the difficulties.
Give me a quick example. Like somebody's got a example of that?
If someone has an issue where they need legal advice.
You can't dispense legal advice,
Right.
can you?
We're legally restrained from
Right,
being able to give
right.
legal advice and things of that nature, no matter how much we would like to, or help them. They have an issue and we would like to help them with that issue, but we can't legally.
Wow.
Because and that law is there to protect ourselves
Sure.
as well as the county from liability reasons, because if you started wading into some of those areas that you can't, then you could become a party to
How
the
about that legal
situation.
system, right? It's always something.
That's one of those things.
It's always something.
That's right.
Let me ask
Okay.
you, in your tenure as clerk of court, what are some accomplishments that you've done that
Right.
you're proud of?
Right. Well, coming into the office, we came into an office that was very, very much in tune with what was going on at the time. But as we have progressed in many areas, especially technology,
Oh my gosh.
we've seen
Amazing.
drastic changes in the last few years.
Are they good changes? Is the technology good changes? That's what we got to make sure of.
I think so.
Okay.
I think so.
Okay.
We've been able to develop, things like the e-filing.
Right.
We have already moved into e-filing plats and deeds. Most recently, we have started civil case e-filing. Those are some of the more recent things. Earlier on, when I came into office, we already had a lot of documents that were digitally imaged, and we have tried to go back as time and funds have allowed and digitally image some of those older records, those historical records.
Those serious records,
Right.
yeah.
Because some of the older books and those documents, which is all we have, are literally fading off the pages.
Gotcha.
Some of those older records are even handwritten. And so we're scanning those and trying to move back as time allows to get digital images of that captured before we lose it.
And it seems all of this has one purpose, and that's
Right.
to help your citizenry. Is that what you intended?
That's right. That's right. And that's part of that public service that I love and really want to embrace.
We've talked about your office and all the great things and the good people,
Right.
but we want to know about you a little bit. So
Okay.
here we go. We'll get ready. Here's our questions.
Okay.
What do you like to do for fun? What's a hobby that you enjoy?
Everyone that knows me very well at all
And I know you because I know where you're going with this already. So, okay.
knows that I have a passion for antique automobiles.
Gotcha.
It's almost I had an older gentleman
Obsession?
tell me one time that it's an illness.
Oh,
He said it gets in your blood and it's almost like an illness. It's a disease.
yeah.
But it's a a great hobby. I really enjoy it. I've enjoyed antique cars since I was a child growing up.
Explain to everybody watching and to us,
Okay.
what is classified as an antique car?
An antique, according to AACA, you know, you have all these different organizations
Right.
that class them differently.
Okay.
But we typically consider a 20, 25-year-old, some organizations 30, being a antique or classic car. And
So most of the cars I've ever owned are antique.
well, that, you know, I was talking to some guys at our local club one day, and recently we had a lunch on a Sunday afternoon, and we were sitting around talking, and one of the guys said, you know, this car is an antique now, and it was like a 80-something model, and I'm like, that's hard to believe.
That's hard to believe.
It's you just don't
So
really
my dad's
think
truck
about
is
that.
an antique. His Dodge Ram is an antique.
We don't think about that, but and of course a lot of people you know, still have the T models, A models.
Oh my gosh.
The Packards and the Cadillacs and the Chevrolets and from the 40s and 50s.
That's amazing.
Which are great, fantastic, but really. It seems to me now a lot of what we're really seeing a lot of interest in is the muscle cars, the Mopar cars from the 60s and 70s. And I think a lot of that goes back to what we grew up with and what we knew.
Right.
But I have a love for them all. I love them all.
See, that's fantastic. Right now, I'm going to give you an opportunity to look right into that camera.
Okay.
And tell all your citizens whatever you'd like to say to them. Thank them, whatever you'd like to do. Sir, the floor is yours.
Thank you. It's quite humbling to be able to serve the citizens of Habersham County and the surrounding areas, your clerk of Superior Court. I have been fortunate enough to hold this office for completing 12 years now and have an opportunity for another term. Which is 4 years at a time, but it is truly humbling to be able to hold that position and serve you as Clerk of Superior Court in Habersham County.
Folks, this is David Wall, Clerk of Superior Court in Habersham County, and you're watching Clerk TV.